This is a really small harbor, but it's also a really old harbor. And so since the 1890s or so, there have been people here and dumping things into the water because, of course, underwater is out of sight, out of mind.
It's a beautiful harbor that people enjoy coming to with clarity in the water. So our efforts are represented by this beautiful bay.
What I end up doing here is I always try to bring a group over.
Yeah, well, that's for you.
In years past we had big groups, and this year was a smaller group, but every little bit helps. So I'll shepherd my group over, and then I'm always at the Green Pier.
What I like about the event is it's a great way to engage with the diving community, the Southern California diving community. We like to bill this as the largest single organized dive in the world. We had over 400 people registered today for this event.
It's good for the economy of Avalon because in February there's not a huge amount of business. So they may see upwards of 500 people coming in to stay, a day or two or a weekend and spend money and be with other divers.
Super important.
So the dive masters do the briefing at 9 a.m. It's a safety briefing telling the divers where they can and cannot go.
One of the issues is trying to make sure people understand that it is an active harbor and to keep the divers out of the boating lanes and trying to keep them within the boundaries of the cleanup area.
We're basically citizen scientists working out at the Marine Lab located at Two Harbors in Catalina Island. And this is a fundraiser for our scientific diving efforts, as well as a fundraiser for the Hyperbaric Chamber, which is located at the Marine Science Center where we do our research.
The chamber is a very integral part of Southern California and diving. We are open 24/7, 365 days out of the year.
God forbid divers, if they ever need it, it's there, but hopefully they never need it.
It's a very loyal group of people. We're raising money for the chamber. We're raising money for the scientific diver program, which we will soon want to recruit and maybe expand.
There's really in the diving community a good sense of let's call it an eagerness to give back to the community. And so the people that do this event certainly know that that is a big part of the motivation for them.
At 9:30, the Harbor Patrol sets off a siren, which is an indication that the dive has started.
It's the only time divers can dive in Avalon Harbor. We pull about 4,000 pounds of trash out every year.
Since we've been doing this since 1980, there has been less and less trash, but we're still finding a lot of trash. Some of it newer, some of it older. As storms hit the harbor and uncover things, then we find more stuff. They may cover up stuff, and then a few years later it's uncovered.
We also award prizes to the divers who have the most interesting trash finds.
There is the, as we say, the coveted Ken Curtis Silver Tongue Devil Award, aka the BS Award. I don't know why it's named after me, but it is.
Well, my grandfather was out in Catalina. He was training. He was one of the original frogmen in World War II. They heard that there might be some Japanese submarines that were patrolling the waters just off the west coast here. And the commander said, "Mac," that's my Grandpa Mac, "you're the strongest swimmer. Get out to that submarine and rip off the antenna so they can't radio the troops and give them the intel." He's taking heavy fire. He reaches up, grabs the antenna, dives off the submarine just as it submerges. Fortunately, Grandpa took a shell right in the arm. Swimming with one arm, he couldn't hold the antenna. I told him I was gonna come out here diving. He says, "Todd, if you can find that antenna, you can corroborate my story, and instead of 6 confirmed sightings of submarines off the west coast, there will now be 7 confirmed sightings. So you all are privileged to a little piece of history." Now,
Catalina diving is very unique. We have kelp forests here, which are just beautiful to dive in. And so it's a way to bring the community out, to help out the island.
Catalina is a dive destination, a world-known dive destination. We have lots of dive locations around the islands, and maybe as a participant in diving Catalina, this is a way for them to give back to the island to help keep it pristine and help raise money for the chamber.
I'm a big believer, as a guy who benefits from the dive industry, of giving back to the places that help you. I think it's a real important thing to do, and I think a lot of divers have that altruistic feel as well. And that's one of the great things about coming to this event, that you've got a lot of people giving up a Saturday for no other reason than it's the right thing to do. And would that there were more people that would do that, we'd probably be better overall.